Hi, Morgan here for Onefinity, and hate to tell you this, but today's video isn't really of an instructional nature, but it's a fun one. A few weeks ago, we went out to Austin, Texas to be a part of the Texas Woodworking Festival put on by Austin School of Furniture. And while we were out there, we paid a visit to Jtech Photonics in Houston to see how the sausage gets made. And by sausage, I mean lasers. It's an expression. Anyway, this video is just a recap of the trip, so enjoy. You know how they say don't mess with Texas? Yeah, well, me and Stone, this handsome devil right here, we threw on some cowboy boots and bolo ties and we messed with Texas. The event was Saturday and Sunday, so we had to get our booth all set up on Friday. But it turns out we needed some sort of plexiglass shield between the machine and the attendees for safety or whatever. So after the booth was set up, Stone and I went down to the nearest Home Depot to get some acrylic to make a shield. Rather than building some contraption out of multiple parts, we just fired up the spindle manually and jogged the machine manually to cut a groove along the front edge of the wasteboard so we could just drop the acrylic in. Piece of cake. We also had to pick up some plywood so we'd actually have something to cut on the machine. Stone and I have witnessed a miracle at the Home Depot in Austin, Texas. $48 sheet of plywood. I haven't got plywood that cheap in years. The plywood turned out to be critical because no seating was provided. So for our first demo on the first day of the show, we cut out some stools. We were fortunate enough to have our booth sandwiched between our friends from Surfprep on one side and Jtech on the other. So after we cut out the stools, they were sanded and laser engraved in no time flat. It's really nice to have friends. However, we barely even got a chance to sit down because the entire first day we were slammed. And that's good. It's a good thing. We got to meet a lot of Onefinity users, answer questions, share ideas, and really just enjoy spending time with the community. And speaking of friends, we were joined by our buddy Leighton from Carveco. After the show, we went and grabbed some barbecue with him and his family, and on the walk back to the hotel, we witnessed probably no fewer than 1 billion bats emerging from under the bridge. I had no idea this was a thing, but apparently it's something Austin's well known for, the existence of these little flying rabies demons. The second day of the show was a lot slower than the first. We ran into our buddy Sean at the Shaper booth where he was demoing a new Shaper product called Trace. It's a really cool design tool that lets you sketch something on a piece of paper, capture it with your smartphone inside this special frame, and the accompanying app turns it into an SVG in a few seconds. Then you can bring that vector into your toolpathing software and use it on a variety of machines, like their Origin, or any other CNC, lasers, Cricut, whatever. I think Onefinity users would find this really useful. I know I will, and I'm excited to get mine. For the last half of the second day, we decided to demo the machine by running a photo V-carve that Leighton whipped up in Carveco Maker. That allowed people to see the machine running consistently without creating too much dust and barely any noise. At the end of the second day, we broke down the booth, packed up, and headed off into the Texas sunset. From there, we went straight to Houston to visit our laser partner, Jtech. You probably heard us talk a lot about Jtech, and for good reason. They're the one and only aftermarket laser that we support for use on Onefinity machines, and they're just an overall great outfit to work with. So the next morning, me and Stone spent some time touring the Jtech facility and meeting the team. The Jtech, we're going to go see the operation. This is going to be cool. They run an impressive operation. Jay and his team are meticulous. From design to development to manufacturing, shipping, and support, they do everything in-house. And you said this is your desk?
Yeah, so.
This is the work area of a mad genius. You want to talk about made in the USA? If that's something that's important to you, Jtech lasers are as American as pumpkin pie. Or is it cherry pie? It's one of those pies. Jay and his team source raw materials and build all the components that go into the lasers themselves. That allows them full oversight to ensure the quality of their products and service. Just remembered. Sweet potato pie. Anyway, we got to see how every part of the lasers are made, and we even got to test out a new laser that'll be coming out soon. And let me tell you, it's impressive. More on that later. And all that laser talk worked up quite a hunger, so before being on our way, Jay was like, let's grab some lunch. And we were like, yeah. Then he was like, why don't we take the boat? And we're like, boat? And he's like, yeah. So we boarded Jay's modest little John boat and braved the mighty Gulf of Mexico to a nice local seafood place. We shared a meal, shared some laughs, said our goodbyes, flew home, and that was the end of our Texas adventure. We had an awesome time meeting everybody at the Texas Woodworking Festival, and we're looking forward to the next one. And if you've been thinking about adding a laser to your Onefinity setup, check out the Jtech laser kits on our website. Again, this video wasn't really to teach you anything except, I guess, how to have a good time. And the importance of relationships. If you have a small business, and even just in life, it's incredibly important to have partners that you can call friends to support each other and help one another succeed. If you have a small business, spend time with your customers and the community you serve. Form partnerships with good people and nurture those relationships. You can't lose. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Y'all be good.